Hey, what's up guys and gals? My name is Rick9G. Thank you so much for joining me today. We're going to be talking about Hogan's Heroes. If you're the fan of the show, don't forget to look at my Hogan's Heroes playlist so you can watch many more Hogan's Heroes videos just like this. Now previously I made a video about Colonel Klink, about whether or not he was Nimrod. Now I'm going to go into who Nimrod was. There's always been that mystery of who is Nimrod. Well, in this video, we're going to look at the possibility that Gertrude Linkmeyer is Nimrod. Yep, you heard that right. Gertrude, as Burkhalter would say. Linkmeyer, or Burkhalter if you want to call her, is Nimrod. So mostly during the course of the show, she was played by Kathleen Freeman. She was Gertrude Linkmeyer. From now on, I will call her Gertrude versus Gertrude, her true pronunciation, just for simplicity. And then later on, in one episode when Kathleen wasn't available, she was played by Alice Ghostly. Now, if you're a fan of the show, you maybe have seen the episode The Missing Klink. Now, this is from season 4, it's episode 15, and it's a funny one all unto itself. Now, let me tell you a little bit about this episode. Now, in this one, Hogan wants to kidnap General Burkhalter and wants to trade him in for a captured underground agent. What instead happens is that the underground kidnaps the wrong man, that is Colonel Klink, and now he is missing, and now he is the hostage, and they decide to exchange him for that underground agent. Now, what is interesting in this episode is that Major Hochstetter makes an appearance, as well as, of course, General Burkhalter, and they're trying to secure the release of Klink. And then we have the interesting topic of Nimrod. They spell out several things about Nimrod and who he can be, but throughout the entire series, this character, this person who quote-unquote is codenamed Nimrod, was never revealed. Now, number one, Nimrod was the finest intelligence man that the Allies have. He constantly, well, I'm saying he, but it never said that it's a he. Now, this individual, Nimrod, was pretty much, as I said, the best one that the Allies have. The Germans are actually giving a $4 million reward for his capture. That is, of course, in the 1940s. Now, this individual operated behind the German lines. And as the episode continues on, we realize that this German individual is actually a British agent. And so that's very important to notice. So this was someone co-opted as a German by the British. So that's very important to know. I will make a big point here that throughout this episode, it is claimed, of course, or it's assumed that Nimrod is a he. But that's not necessarily a fact because this individual was never shown, it was never revealed, so it could very well be a woman, that is possibly Gertrude. I know some of you would say, what's the point of this individual being a woman? Well, it's the perfect cover for someone to never be noticed. And remember, they're only running intelligence, so this intelligence service goes really well undetected if it is a woman. And lastly, in regards to Gertrude herself, what makes her the perfect cover, someone that no one would ever find out? I mean, she's the sister of General Burkhalter. Who would ever suspect her? Who would ever doubt her? And if she did want to subvert the German side, it would be perfect. Now, what happens at the end of the episode, we find out that the heroes are the ones who trick Hochstetter and Burkhalter into thinking that Klink was Nimrod. And then at the end, they find out that the secret plans they're talking about are actually plans to make this little model plane, or this model Hindenburg. And when the heroes go in, start building this little model, they find out that there are real secret plans for a secret German plane and a note left by the actual Nimrod. And it was hidden in there. So this means that Nimrod has access to Klink's office, and most likely was there during the course of the episode at some point. So it is a German who has access to Stalag 13. And now think about it. General Burkhalter's sister. Why would she not have access to the camp? Why could she not get in? She's, after all, Burkhalter's sister. Now, one thing that may throw a little bit of a wrench into this theory is the fact that it's way obvious that she comes into the camp. Everyone would know, hey, General Burkhalter's sister's here, and it would be very noticeable. But if she can slip in and then come into the office, leave the plans there, then it would be the perfect cover. She can get the keys from her brother. She can ask the keys for the camp. She definitely has access to the camp whenever she wants. Obviously, Gertrude loves her brother Albert. That is General Burkhalter's first name. Why wouldn't she? And if you think about it, she loves him, but she also, maybe, if she is this agent, wants to make the Germans lose. So she's kind of playing both sides in essence, but in truth, she does want the Allies to win if this theory holds strong. Now, I do want to focus on an episode that was called Unfair Exchange. Now, in this one, Hogan uses Gertrude and actually captures her, uses her as a pawn to get back a captured Allied spy. Now, in this episode, it's really interesting. We see Gertrude driving in a staff car, and she's held up by Carter and LeBeau. Now, they are dressed as Germans. They ask for her papers. She responds that she doesn't have any papers because she's, of course, General Burkhalter's sister. Now, that is against the rules, but she kind of has in her own mind, hey, you know, I could get away with this. She is asked out of her car, and then they captured her. So a couple things here. First of all, she absolutely does not have papers with her. That would be a very good reason for her to be a Nimrod. She has no paperwork. Remember, she's a silent agent in this case. Now, she's captured. She's taken, according to her, into a hotel, and she's being kidnapped. She's being fed later on by Newkirk, which is a really funny scene. Now, you may ask, why doesn't she just do some karate moves or something to get out of the situation? Well, why would she? She knows she's being captured. She's a highly intelligent agent. She knows that she can just play dumb. She'll go along with it. They're not going to kill her. They're actually just trying to get someone for her. So if she just plays through with it, then she will get out alive, and of course that's what she wants to do. Now, why doesn't she reveal her identity to Hogan and everyone else? Well, why would she? That could jeopardize her actual mission, and so she doesn't want to do that. Finally, at the end, this is very interesting. She is kidnapped, she is tied up and put in a barn, and all this chaos happens, but Schultz shows up not knowing that she's there. He thinks someone else is there. But what's really interesting is Hochstetter, Burkhalter, Klink, they kind of round up the barn. They know and they believe that the kidnapper is there with Gertrude, and then Schultz is there. He unties Gertrude, and then you hear them say, fire. She is the one, Gertrude Linkmeyer. She grabs Schultz and pulls him to the ground. A woman in the 1940s. She has no combat experience. Think about if she was not Nimrod. Why would she do this? In essence, Schultz is the dummy here. He is the one who is scared. But why is she so gutsy? Why does she pull Schultz down? Well, because if this theory holds true, then of course she has the reflexes of a cat as this type of agent. She's going to have that training. And as she comes out, she hugs her brother, Albert, and everything goes back to normal in essence, and she can continue her espionage work, trying to take down the German side. I think it's a very, very interesting theory, guys and gals. I want you to know down below. I would really challenge you to say, if you agree, why do you agree, and put your points there. But if you don't agree, why? I don't think it's that valid to say, well, I don't agree because I just don't think so. Well, why? I will love to see really good evidence, because I think there's really good evidence for her being Nimrod. I'm going to make more videos just like this with more suspects I have on the list. We'll see you next time, guys and gals. Love hearing your comments down below, and don't forget, be hopeful. Thank you to my Diamond tier patrons, Andrew B., Ricky, and David D. And thank you to every single one of my Patreons where I have exclusive content. Be sure to look in the description below for merchandise, Patreon exclusive content, as well as playlists where you can find other TV shows and sitcoms that I think you'll enjoy. We'll see you all next time.